Yeah, see, Hank's gone missing now. I just got this letter saying that, well, it was a kidnapper telling us that they had just taken Hank. And of course, they were anonymous. And with Crapper's disappearance 2 years back, and now Hank's gone, the whole team's falling apart. Meanwhile, Jesse McCool's taking over the counties with purple power. I don't know what to do. Ever since Chad died, everything has just been downhill, or maybe uphill. I'm not even sure
it ain't so good.
I guess the plan now is we gotta find Hank. I mean, there's no sort of end to chase in regards to Crapper's whereabouts. But at least Hank, he's still fresh. We might be able to find him. I'm not sure. I guess it's time we look around and maybe we'll find Crapper. Crapper. That can it be? To my eyes deceive. Cletus, is this?
Sure looks like him.
Anybody got any antifreeze? I'm pretty thirsty.
Crapper.
I got glasses now.
Where have you been?
I don't know. What do you mean?
We haven't seen you in 2 years.
2 years? What are you talking about?
Well, the last time... Well, yeah, it was the last time Nubs and I saw you. We were invading the Chad Trappin' warehouse. We went in and
Chad?
You stayed outside to guard. We went inside.
I thought we were after Jesse McCool. Who's Chad?
You don't remember Chad Trappin'?
All I remember was Jesse McCool was trying to get something into Cooter County, and then I woke up here.
So you don't remember anything. Let's fill you in. We went to Cooter County on a job for Tom. Chad had taken over, has broke into his warehouse, took his supplies.
I remember. Okay.
And so we were getting the supplies back, helping Cooter Trap and get back together. We invaded the Chad Trappin' warehouse. We went in. You stayed out and kept guard. Next thing we know, the lights went out in the warehouse, and we were Chad's prisoners, and you were gone. And he said he had sold you off to a one-legged dude, to quote Chad.
Yeah.
But then Hank, which we'll talk about in a sec, Hank freed us. He killed Chad.
Hank, is he the odd fella, the quiet?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember Hank.
Well, and you don't remember any of the past 2 years of where you've been.
Well, come to think of it, the night that we were at the warehouse, I didn't see anybody. I just heard a loud bang.
A loud bang?
And then I woke up and I went looking for you guys. And my sources said you would be maybe here at the house, because that's where we go after all the missions. So I checked here because I didn't know where else to go. I think the lucky stars y'all were here. But I really don't remember after that bang.
Who's your sources?
My sources?
Yeah.
Well, these damn ears. I heard a bang.
Whatever it was, I guess it's behind us. Because we just got a letter today saying that, it was from a kidnapper, anonymous, saying that they've taken Hank back to Lynn County.
Lynn County.
And now we gotta go find Hank. We were about to look for him.
Wait. Lynn County.
Back to Lynn County.
Where Hug Squatch. That's... Wait,
You think it's
Calm
all
Cooter died
Yes.
in Lynn County.
And so did Ruger and
He's not important, he's background.
Dingleberry.
Jesus, Murphy. Alright guys, I know this might sound weird, but if we can unlock the mystery of what my brain is locking, we might find Hank.
For now, though, we have the kidnapper sent some sort of clues to toy with us. Right? Who knows if it's actually real evidence, but we can examine it and then go from there. Check out any potential eyewitnesses that know this county.
Yeah.
But we gotta get to Lynn.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Probably related to Jesse McCool.
Anyone in Lynn County knows this team. we cannot trust anybody, because remember, we trust Jesse. And look what happened.
That's a good point.
We can't trust anybody, so we have to be secretive. Incognito.
I just wonder if it's all related to Jesse. Let's examine the evidence. Let's let you rest for a while, and we'll
All
get
right.
back to it.
And another thing. Since 2 years, I haven't had a drink. Maybe if I get intoxicated, it might help.
Hey, Cramper. Brought you something to drink.
Oh, it ain't purple power.
I hope that'll help. I know you're wanting to get intoxicated.
Ugh. What happened?
Well, I got a couple questions to ask you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, before you get to talking, I had a dream when I was taking my booze snooze.
What was that?
I remembered something from that night.
Okay.
You know, remember how I said something about I heard a bang?
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting outside the warehouse on guard, and I checked my phone, and I had a missed call from Calmist.
Okay.
Another thing, the bang resonated high in my brain in my dream. It was a gun.
What kind of
I don't know. High caliber. Sounded like a 50 cal.
Well, did you guys figure anything out?
No, he just woke up.
Well, I had a dream. I don't know if it was a dream or a flashback, but the night of the bang at the warehouse, I checked my phone to a missed call from Calmist. I was getting ready to call him back, and I heard the bang. The bang was a shot from a 50 cal.
I wonder if that's what knocked out the lights in the Chad Trappin warehouse that night when we got caught. Because it was the bang, the lights went out, you were gone, we were trapped.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too bad Hank isn't here because he was infiltrating Chad. He would have the answers, but I guess the only person we have is Calmist.
We can find out what Calmist was calling that night about and go from there, because Calmist might have, you know, he might have been trying to tell us something.
Let's do it.
All
I'll
right.
get a hold of Calmist now.
Alright. Well, I guess Crapper's back. He doesn't really remember much except for that bang that night, which it's all kind of curious. I'm not really sure what's going on, but he said he got a missed call from Thomas Cooter, so I guess we can go to him and ask him what's going on there.
It's been 2 years. Crapper just comes in out of nowhere. Hank's gone. Something's wrong. Why would Hank suddenly disappear and Crapper just come out of nowhere? I don't know what's going on around here, but we better act fast because I'm afraid we're about to lose the 4 counties. Jesse McCool, last we saw him, was Lynn County, and we took down Chad, and now it seems like Jesse might be the leader of the operation. I don't know. Something's telling me that the plot goes deeper, but for now it looks like we're gonna have to interrogate Thomas Cooter.
Calmist! Calmist!
There you are.
I told you to not mess with my cats. Who is that? Put the dang light down.
It's Nubs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen you since the dawn of that there dang old virus, man. Dang old took out half of Cooter County, man.
Oh, I know, man. That was something else.
Well, what are you doing here? You know not to bother me when I'm in there stuffing.
Well, I had some questions to ask you.
All right, let me just put down my dang old stuff equipment, man. Dang old put that sucker down, man. Dang old crowbar, man.
All right. Well,
All right, what do you got for me?
Here, let's take a seat or something.
All right, sit down, man.
All right.
Okay, you sit on the ground.
Oh, fine,
Big old
fine.
sit on that ground. What do you got there for me?
So, we heard some news. Dang old Crapper came back.
Really?
You remember Crapper?
Well, yeah, of course I remember Crapper, dang old leader of the team. He got my dad killed.
Yeah, well, he came back and he done lost his memory. So, we were talking to him and asking some questions. He said that all he remembers is the bang of that night when we were in Chad trapping, trying to infiltrate. And he said that the last thing that he remembers is a missed call from you. And so we were trying to figure out what you knew about Crapper, if you heard anything.
You know, Nubs, have I ever told you the story about Chainsaw Mike?
No.
You know, it's kind of a folklore tale I was always told growing up, alright? There was this tale of this man named Chainsaw Mike. And, well, at least that's what we called him around our neighborhood. And, well, anywho, his calling card, he would show up to your house one day, and right on your dang old front step would be a little black gnome. And on that gnome, he had a white beard. And the beard would say, quote, "Note inside."
Okay.
And so when you would take the gnome and you'd flip it over onto its bad end, you know, dang old had a hole, and in that hole there was a piece of paper, something like this, sticking out of that there hole, just kind of barely, man, dang old playing peekaboo. And so you grab that dang old note, you pull it out, and it would say more inside, or more to come, if I remember right, more to come.
Okay.
Or more will come, anyway, something along them dang old lines, and well, pretty soon more gnomes would start showing up. You'd come home a week later and there'd be another gnome. And then pretty soon it was 5 days later there was another gnome, and then 3 days, and then eventually it was back-to-back days for about a week. By the time you got that 7th gnome on the last week, you were dead.
So,
And so the point I'm getting at is,
yeah, what does this have to do with Crapper?
never buy a gnome. Dang, I'll tell you what. Anywho, oh, right, Crapper. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you missed too much stuff.
Crapper, the night I called him back about, what, 2 years ago or so?
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
I called him. I knew he was on the mission. I knew only to call him if there was an emergency, but I called him because I came out of my shed here one night. On my front step was a gnome. The very gnome that the old folklore tells about Chainsaw Mike. The little black gnome with a white beard and the nose inside. Just like this.
Okay.
And I was terrified because I knew exactly what it meant. And so, I tried to call up Tom, and Tom wouldn't answer. And so, I tried to call up my old grandma, Cooter, and she didn't answer. And so, I knew it was an emergency, and I called up Crapper that very night you were on that mission to go into Chad Trapping Warehouse. And I told him what had happened, and then I heard this loud bang.
On the phone?
Through the phone, yeah, and I heard a bunch of rustling, and then, well, the call was dropped. That's really all I know. There's a loud bang. Did Crapper say he remembered anything about that there phone call or that there bang?
Well, the only thing that he said is that he heard the loud bang, and he saw that he had a missed phone call, but he doesn't really remember anything after that. Like he totally blanked out. 2 years.
That is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and all of a sudden out of the blue, he just comes around and sees us, and he's just like, my sources told me. It's like, well, what's your sources? And he said, well, my sources are my ears. And it's like, you've been smoking too much crack or something?
Ever since he disappeared, Purple Power's been running rampant in this dang neighborhood or dang counties, but has anything else happened? Anybody else disappear or come back?
The only other person that's disappeared is Hank.
That's that Nick fella, right?
Yeah. So it is kind of weird because Hank just disappeared. We got a letter from a kidnapper saying that he had Hank. But we haven't followed up on that yet because Crapper just came back, and so we're trying to follow up on Crapper first. But it is kind of weird that both happened around the same time.
You need to go back for Hank.
I think
The
so.
reason is if Crapper disappeared and he came back dang old brainwashed, Who's to say that won't happen to your mute failure friend Hank?
Well, we couldn't really understand him half the time anyways, but yeah,
I
I see what you're saying.
I remember a few months ago when Crapper was gone and my old grandmammy Cooter disappeared and you guys sailed down to Lynn County to go get her back from Jesse McCool's warehouse. I remember you had we all went together and you had a friend there, a guide. His name was Sway Bar.
Okay, yeah, I haven't talked to him in a minute, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Of course you haven't talked to him, Taylor.
Is he dead? Oh, I didn't know about this. What the heck?
Sway Bar died a couple months ago, and you know what happened?
What happened?
He was known. I'm telling you, I think the
Darn
Chainsaw
shame.
Mike lore with the gnomes has something to do with the disappearance of your dang old friends. I think it's time we, you guys rather
research
do a little bit of interrogating, and maybe maybe it has something to do with Hank's disappearance. But I would recommend, for now, you got anything to stuff? You guys killing things still? Or you on Pug Squatch? You on the Cooter Files side right now? When you're on Pug Squatch, you always bring me some fun things to kill. When you're in Cooter Files, you guys get nothing done. You just cause me, you just wreak havoc. This is my third shack I've had to rebuild in the past 2 years.
Well, I'm sorry, man. We haven't killed anything in a long time.
Well,
We just had our friends killed.
if you don't solve the purple power situation around here, the only thing you guys be dang old killing is that their dang old economy. Well, anywho, we've talked long enough. And remember, if you see any gnomes, leave the county, all right? You don't play around with